According to the Federal Acquisition Regulation, it is the policy of the government to provide maximum practicable opportunities in its acquisitions to small business.
In short, the government must give small business the chance and opportunity to participate in government contracting whenever possible.
The reason this law exists is because it supports small business for economic development and helps create jobs across the United States.
Did you know that the government spends $440 billion every year with small business throughout government contracting?
Additionally, the majority of new patents are coming from U.S. small business.
When the government spends money with small business, it not only helps stimulate the local economy, but it helps also develop a small business to grow into a large business, becoming sustainable throughout the future.
There are several requirements for an entity to be considered a small business.
First, they have to be a for-profit business of any legal structure.
The business must be independently owned and operated, and it cannot be nationally dominant within its field.
Finally, it must be physically located and operated in the U.S. or its territories.
For a small business to qualify for government contracting, they must register with several government systems in order to be considered.
SAM, the Unique Entity Identifier, and NAICS.
The NAICS is the North American Industry Classification System. It creates a size standard for a business that is divided into two categories: the number of employees for manufacturing products and the dollar amount for services or construction.
The government categorizes small business, which can be broken down into several different socioeconomic groups.
Small disadvantaged, woman-owned, historically underutilized business zone, and service-disabled veteran-owned.
Each category is designed to focus on developing small business in each selected category.
The beta.sam website allows a small business to register as an entity that gives the government the ability to check out the small business's information easily.
The beta.sam website is also the place that the government uses as a point of entry for solicitations. This shows interested vendors anything the government has to determine to be an official requirement.
If there are any questions or help that is needed, SBA.gov can direct you to a local small business representative. Further guidance can also be found through the Procurement Technical Assistance Center.
The law requires for purchases under $250,000, the government must set aside the requirement for small business.
There are several types of set-asides the government can do.
Known as the Rule of Two, if there are at least two small businesses that can satisfy the requirement, it can be set aside for small business or any of the socioeconomic groups.
If there is only one small business that can complete the requirement, then it can be a sole source set-aside.
There are also joint ventures where two or more small business can join up to fulfill a requirement.
The government also supports subcontracting. Subcontracting is where one business wins a government contract and then contracts with another business to help finish the requirement.
For example, in construction, a business may be able to build a building but then subcontracts out the plumbing.
Any other acquisition that is contracted to a large business in over $700 million is required to have a subcontracting plan for engaging small business.
Contracting with the government can seem intimidating, but it can be extremely beneficial for small business.
As Dr. Will Roper says, we have to do business at the speed of ideas so we can both inspire and accelerate startup creativity towards national security challenges. The only way we're going to do that is by making sure partnering with the Air Force is easy and energizing.
If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to your local contracting squadron, your small business representative, or the local PTAC rep.